Yo, what's happening, fam? This is your boy D Talks Everything back with another video. Yeah. Anyways, what your boy here talk about? So, I'm coming to y'all today. A little story time, a little science too. Uh, and just what people said, and then just my experience of this incident. So, I don't know if you guys have saw. I had a video a couple of months ago about astral projection. I'm like, man, I put in like what happened and like, hey, tell me how to do it again. But so you boy be on, I don't want to say be on some like conspiracy stuff, but I be on some other stuff sometimes. So I've been watching videos from Billy Carson. Uh, he's been talking about like vibrations, energy, something he put in one of his videos. He was like, science has found out like most of our body is empty space. Like 99% of our body is empty space. And if you were to take every person in the world and smash them down, you can fit every person into the size of a sugar cube. So the point of this is to say we're vibrational light frequencies. So kind of like I'm gonna use like the stock market because I do a lot of stock market videos. So like how you see your EMAs, they go like this, like kind of like a heart rate or a rhythm. Those are like in essence, even like your own heart rate. It does this. Those are like frequencies or vibrations. So you can't see the vibrations with your naked eye of someone's heart rate or whatever. However, a machine can see the heart rate. So, and these are just vibrational sequences that you can't see with your physical two eyes, but the vibrations are there. So the how I understand it is the tighter the vibration, the more solid an item can be, making it harder to pass through, depending on the vibration. So now, so I just mentioned Billy Carson. I just watched a video from Joe Rogan. He had some guy on there who was talking about the temples of the things I'm calling them a temple, but the pyramids in Egypt and how they could have been constructed using vibrational I'm gonna say using vibrational technology. And he's, in the video, he was like, okay, well, he knows a guy who's working off the grid, and he's using like vibration, but instead of like an explosionary vibration, like where you have a stone, like a big square, and you use vibrations to block it, like use the vibrations, and now it's a circle. They're using like if you got just empty sand, they're using vibrations to implode it into something. Like, okay, I'm gonna show you my keys. Like, so here's my keys. And I got a camera. So it's like they're gonna take this piece, this little thing right here, my library pass. Is this even valid? I don't know. But my library pass, and they can use the DNA or the whatever's in this and turn this into a whole car. Like they're gonna use this DNA, like just these strands of matter, and they can implode this into a whole car with seats, an engine, everything. Now you say, what? That sounds insane. No, that shit is here. That shit is here. This is not a game. That shit is here. That shit is not a game. Now, but okay. So now I just gave you that piece. I just saw that on Joe Rogan. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And then what Billy gave me, oh, that makes sense. Now I'm gonna bring in GOCC. It's the Gathering of Christ Church. There's some black Hebrew Israelite people, right? So saw a video from these guys maybe 3 years ago. Definitely before COVID. Definitely before COVID. So it had to be 2018, 2019. I want to say a guy name is Elder Ricard. Ricard. I probably butchered guy name. Do apologize if he sees the video, but I appreciate the info that you dropped out, fam. You too, Billy. You two, the guy who was on Joe Rogan show. But anyway, now, so now this is going to, I'm gonna say conspiracy or just I'm gonna say story time. Now I gave y'all my characters. It's the GOCC, Gathering of Christ Church, Billy Carson, and this video I saw on Joe Rogan show on YouTube. Again, shout out to YouTube as well. Now, the GOCC talked about Tamiflu. They were like, "Hey man, fam, listen," and I'm putting it in my words, detox everything words. They were like, "Fam, don't take that. People getting bad side effects. People are hallucinating. People are seeing things." Now, I saw the video. Me and my wife, we kind of laughed, chuckle, haha, like, well, man, that do sound crazy. So, a few months later, I end up in the hospital because I ain't feeling well. Um, Turned out I got the flu. So they're like, well, you got to just kind of suck it up, or you could take this Tamiflu, and it should help you feel a little better. And I was like, I don't know. So I was like, well, let me think about it. I'm still, in the bed. My wife is there, and she's like, well, what you gonna do? And I'm like, well, we just saw the video not too long ago. This is in my head, and she was like, I know. So what you gonna do? And I was like, I end up taking a shot for the Tamiflu. So this had to have been somewhere between, I'm gonna say like 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. in the morning. I get this Tamiflu shot. So the next morning, of course, so the next day I call out from work. I still ain't feeling well. So I'm in the bed. I got a 2-story house. I'm in the bed, and now again, the GLCC people like, yo, you take this, man. People been hallucinating. Now I get upstairs and I'm asleep in the bed, and then I go to wake up in the bed. I clearly see I'm in the room. I see my paintings on the wall. Hell, I even saw my wife walk through the room and go into the bathroom. So I clearly know I'm in the fucking room. There is not a doubt in my mind where the fuck I'm at. I then look to the corner, and there's 3 people in the corner, all in like lab suits, like they're doctors, with charts or like kind of like iPads or something. And the 3 of them are there. 2 of them have their back turned, and all 3 of them originally have their back turned. And then I go to say something like, I go to say something to my wife like, oh, you see that? And she's like, see what? I'm like, it's 3 people over there in the corner. And I'm like, she kind of walks out the room like, boy, you tripping. And one of the people there turned around and said, I think he can see us. And so this was a woman, and I want to say she was a black woman. She turns around like she wasn't the person in charge, clearly, in this I'm gonna call it hallucination. She was clearly not the person in charge. There's a head doctor who was a white guy, and then the other I'm gonna call a lab assistant, was a white woman. So it was a guy, it was a white guy, a black woman, and a white woman. And all of them have their back turned, looking at the chart there, whatever he's looking at. And then I do something or say something that gets the black woman's attention, and she turned and she's like, I think he can see us. And he doesn't turn all around because she's turned and she's looking at me like this. He kind of like, man, he can't see us. And she was like, I think he can. And then she was like, and he again like, man, don't worry about it. And they just kept going. And then it was time then to go get my kids from school. My wife's asked me, well, hey, I'm about to go get the kids. Do you want to stay here by yourself? I told her, ain't no way in hell I'm staying by myself. I see 3 people over there, and they're talking about me, and I hear it. There is no way I'm staying in this house. I'm like at this time, like, so I'm kind of laughing to myself, like, man, I am really hallucinating. This is nuts. This is absolutely insane nuts. Now I'm saying people just to ask me, do I want to stay? No, I'm riding with you everywhere you go. Somebody got to keep an eye on me. Like I know. So I told some people at work when I ended up going back to work because the story itself sounds insane. It sounds silly. It sounds funny, right? Because I'm a little bit of a comedian. Most things I say it in a joking manner. Uh, Hell, then every message I send out through text message start with a LOL. Uh, but Yeah, she was like, you want to stay home? No way, no sir, no how. And I told other people that, and they just chuckled and laughed at the story. Now, I bring all that home to you. You say the Tamiflu, people hallucinate, seeing things, this, that, and the third. Now, so I bring all of that home to say the when I take the information that Billy and the video I got from this Joe Rogan video, understanding light vibrations, I now really feel like these folks was in my house. You say what? They were sitting in between the light spectrums where my eyes was not supposed to catch them and be able to see them. And they felt very confident that they were sitting in between the light fixture, not the wave vibrations where our eyes can see them. I believe this Tamiflu allowed me to see through the thing. I don't know. I can't explain nothing else. Now, I am going to also say to tie this in, if you there's a cartoon on Amazon. It's called Invincible. During one of the episodes on Invincible, the hero, he goes to like a U.S. government lab or something, and he's in a big ass building, and then the dude say, "Come on, we're going into this room over here." They go in the room. The room looks completely blank. Like you said, like the wall looks white. It was just white. He looked around. He was like, "Why are we in here? There's nothing in the room." And the dude said, "Man, there's lots of stuff in the room." He said, "You tripping? Ain't nothing in it." He said, "Man, hit the lights." And there was people, once they hit the lights, there was people walking around. There was lab equipment. There was everything. Like you didn't even see the people. Like as soon as they hit the lights, it was somebody walking past him, like right here and here. And he was like, "Oh shit, what the fuck?" And the guy said, "Well, man, it's something we've been giving the people on the planet for years that don't allow them to see this light frequency." What? What? Now, again, I take the light. So I take the vibration thing piece. I take what I learned just now from this Joe Rogan video, what Billy said. Like, man, it was somebody real in my house. They was watching your boy. Now it leads me questioning. And now I'm being really like conspiracy theory. Like, could they have implanted me with something? Could they implant you with something? Like, and you not know, because like again, keep in mind if they put something that's sitting outside of the wave frequency or a frequency that you don't hit, even if you went to the doctor's office or the hospital, they put you on the X-ray, this, that, and the third. It's outside of that frequency, so no machine will pick up on that because it's outside of the frequency. This is insane, fam. This is insane. Now, I'm gonna leave y'all with one additional tad bit of info, and then I'm out of here. In the same video where I told you on the Joe Rogan video, dude, like, man, they're gonna use. I don't want to say DNA because I feel like that's people, but they're gonna use protons, neutrons, electrons, and they can take one proton or one. They can get enough of these things and reprogram it to do something. Now I'm going back to the car thing. In the same video, dude was like they're gonna be using some things called like plasmoids or something. Again, it was like 3 or 4 electrons, or it was a very small amount of material. And so, in just for our conversation, we're gonna say a peanut. They're gonna take a peanut, reprogram the peanut to be fuel and to then recharge itself or fuel itself, so that way it never goes out of power. That kind of looked like an Iron Man, right? With the arc reactor thing. It never ran out of power, right? I ain't never seen it run out of power. Now, keep that in mind. We about to fly to Mars tomorrow. Maybe we already got settlements on Mars. Maybe we got a settlement somewhere else. I don't know. But man, if I'm crazy, let your boy know in the comments. I don't know. If I ain't if you think I ain't crazy, if you think like, man, I got some other videos, man, that you think like, I hear you, bro. Check this out. Leave the video, leave the tag, comment, tell me to go check it out. Your boy going to listen. Cause this vibration thing is new to me. It's super new to me. I'm gonna give my wife a shout out really quick in this video, and then for sure I'm ending it. She had been saying to me like, "Man, your energy is off." And I'm like, "Energy is off." And you hear other people say energy, energy. Oh man, blah 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 blah. It's really vibrations. It's really vibrations. Like so, the higher your vibration count is, the higher your energy is. Now, I got some. No, I said I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna stop there. But man, shout out to my wife. She opened my eyes. I hadn't really, I had to recently tell her like, oh, I now understand more of what you're saying about this energy. Like feeling people energy or whatnot. Is this vibration? This vibration. We're all a vibration. We're all a vibration. Do your vibration sync with someone else's vibration? Let me know. Peace and love, YouTube.